I'm Dominic. I'm 15 years old.
Hello, Mother.
And I have fetal alcohol syndrome.
I would put his age in size at about 10, 11. Some of his behaviour is that of a 5-year-old, and some of his attitudes are those of a 7 to 10-year-old. Dominic was diagnosed with fetal alcohol syndrome when he was born. His birth mother was drinking alcohol throughout her pregnancy.
Most people have heard of fetal alcohol syndrome, but it's actually one of several conditions under the umbrella term of fetal alcohol spectrum disorders. There's also fetal alcohol effects, then there's alcohol-related birth defects and alcohol-related brain damage, all caused by women drinking during pregnancy.
Not many people seem to understand the effect of alcohol. We have to tell parents or parents-to-be that alcohol is damaging.
There's no way to predict which child will have it, which woman is vulnerable, or when it will affect the child.
Midwives are still learning that actually the best thing to say, the safest thing to say, is that there is no safe limit of alcohol intake in pregnancy.
I mean, I was never an alcoholic, I was just a social drinker. And I think there are far more people like me who have children with FAS and they don't actually know. I knew that there was something wrong because he was very floppy, very tiny. He weighed in at 4 pounds 11 ounces, had no muscle tone. All the time Chris was growing up, I just knew that he was different to his peers.
Often it can take a very long time to diagnose. It's often the child begins to feel milestones. It's not sitting maybe at 6 months, not finding his hands, beginning to just not quite reach the milestones one would predict in a normal, healthy child.
I didn't actually know what was wrong with him or what I suspected was wrong until he was about 17.
The real message is avoid alcohol just for those 9 months and when breastfeeding. It's so important that everyone knows about it. And reaching midwives, us giving them information they didn't have themselves from medical school.
It's really helpful and beneficial to the understanding of the spectrum disorder and to give the midwife the tools to be able to have the confidence to discuss, challenge and advise patients.
Amount of alcohol in pregnancy is no alcohol.
This is not necessarily taught in all medical courses. Thanks to help and support from Diageo, we've reached about 40% of the midwives in this country, and they will be able to talk to women at the beginning of their pregnancies. But it's important even before pregnancy for women to know, avoid alcohol. The expression is no alcohol, no risk. So why take a risk with your child's life? Because those 9 months of pregnancy, when women say, all right, I'm just going to abstain for 9 months, could save 60, 80 years of their child's life suffering.
I think people need to know. I have nothing to hide. This is what I've done and I've damaged my child. And if it just stops 1 or 2 people from damaging their children, then it's worth it to me.